install the major server, which is our domain controller. We also created two additional servers, which they have also they're joined to the domain. It's not properly configured, completely properly configure all of these computers because I'm using indeed I'm using, instead of static IP address, I'm using dynamic, but the DNS services are okay. This one is my domain controller, the other two pointing to this one. Because I'm using the DHCP of the VirtualBox, it won't change. So that's why for now I'm going to use it. Now, my iSCSI doesn't show anything here. I already installed so if I go back, you're going to see, I already installed the role, okay, iSCSI target. And I also have 3 disks here. Well, it's also something which not very keen to be done properly. We did the iSCSI target on the same disk, which is the domain controller, but we're gonna try to see how it will work for now because our resources on the computers are kind of limited. So I'm gonna come to this PC, I'll right click, do manage. I'll go, well, actually I need to go here to tools because it's a server. I need to go computer management to open the local management. I'll go disk management and I'm gonna actually create these 3 computer. I need to initialize these three hard drives which I just added as per the document they asking us for. So I'll right click on everyone, use simple volume, next, next. I'll choose the letter. This one will be volume 1. Okay, perform quick format, next, finish. Done. We do new simple volume, next, next, next. Same thing, volume 2. Okay, next, finish. And the last one, new simple volume, next, next. And again, volume 3. I'll say next and finish. And here's my volumes are done. So basically all of them, if I come here, I'm gonna see all of them now here. Now let's try again. If we go file and storage services, iSCSI, we need to click on this one and to choose our disks. Okay, so as per the documentation we have, we need to create a target per disk. Okay, so we need to add all of this. We need to create them here. I'll say next. I'll choose the full size and dynamically expanding. I'll say next. Say next. So this will be my virtual hard drive 2. I'll choose the same thing here. We'll say new iSCSI target, that will be LAN 2. Next, I will add now the 2 servers. I'll choose this both. And I'll choose after this the other one. They're already chosen from before. So I'll say next. Don't enable check as CHAP as they said. We say create. We say close, and we have the LAN 2. And in the same way, we're gonna create the last one. Right click here, new iSCSI, and we're gonna choose the G. We say next. Well, virtual hard drive 3, and then we'll use the whole volume size and the existing target. So we're gonna create a new iSCSI target. We call it LAN 3. We say next. We're gonna add these 2 guys already. First this one. We say okay. Then we're gonna add the second one. Say okay. Say next. Without CHAP and any authentication. Create. Close. And now we have 3 targets. We have 3 targets per 3 disks. Okay, we created the 3 iSCSI targets per the 3 disks we has been configuring before. Okay, so on server 1 we need, and server 2 respectively, we need to configure the initiators so they to be able to connect to SRv1 and SRv2 actually. So the initiator is in the tools, and it will be here iSCSI initiator. Here it is. It says not running. Well, you say yes and the service will run. Okay, now what we'll do, we need to put the IP address of the target. We know it is well, we could put the name. We already know it. It's SRv-DC, and we say quick connect, and here there are. We connect to the first one, then we're gonna connect to the second one as well. I'll connect to the third one. Okay, we say done, and we say okay on this one. Okay, we click out to configure here in the volumes and devices, and we're gonna say okay. We need to come again tools and computer management. We need to go again to the hard drives, disk management, and to find out the targets here now. Here they are. We see them as targets. So basically we need to format them so they to be useful used. So we say here online. Okay, same thing here, online. As soon as you put them online, you need to initialize the disks. So you need to initialize, it's the same thing like before, guys. So here's the disk. I'm gonna do the same on the next, on the other computer. So opening the SRv, then we go here, tools. As we said, iSCSI initiator. We need to start the service. We need to initiate our targets. So the target, we could initiate it by name because we have a very good, we created already the DNS resolution. So SRv-DC, quick connect, here it is. And we say connect from inactive state to become to connected, same thing and same thing. Okay, then we say done. Favorite targets, refresh, that's to be done. Auto configure on the volumes, okay. And again, tools, navigate to the computer management, and here you need to go to disk management. You're gonna see them here. What you do, once again, right click online. Again, online. Well, because they're initialized already, we see them online like this, and we need to actually you create volume to create next. Well, this one will be volume 1. Same thing here. That will be volume 2. And this one the same here. Okay. It would be volume 3. Let's finish. When I do it on the both sides, as you see, I see the LUNs, the iSCSI attached already. I could create stuff here if I want, right? New file, new folder, and so on and so forth. Okay, any questions? We need to configure cluster on this too, because you know these services are not really uh, yet configured. Now, as you see, it says here as a B, it says after the B, actually, there is a note. It is necessary to tell the wizard to run all the tests. You have to read the report to make sure that are no errors. Attention, it is necessary to put the default gateway in the NIC which goes into the network of the cluster. And there is an example there. Okay, so what we'll do here is go to the cluster management console. We need to go. Then we go next, next, next. File and iSCSI services. Actually, it's not here. Okay. We're gonna find out file over clustering. Here it is. Okay, you just add the feature. You say next, restart if needed, yes, and install. And you do the same on that side. Other awesome features. Skip this page. Then next here. Next on the roles. Now we're on the features, and here it is. File over clustering. Add the feature. Next. Oops. Well, I needed to click, but it won't restart anyway. When you click on Tools, File over Cluster Manager, we're gonna open. Here it is. And the validate configuration is the first thing on the top. Okay, we click on the validate configuration. I do not show this page again. We do next. To validate a set of servers, add the names of all the servers. So I'll browse, I'll go advanced, I'll go find now, and this is the first one. I'll say okay, and then I'll do browse, advanced, find now, and I'll find the second one. It will be added. Then I'll do next. I'll say run all tests, and I'll wait this to become validated. As soon as this one finishes, I'll start the other one. It's most probably. Let's double check. Well, there is a warning here. Well, these are about the drivers. We cannot do too many things about this. Yeah, that's why we needed to have two actually interfaces. For now, we're gonna say finish on this one. Let's do this one as well. The normal way is to have two interfaces, as I mentioned, two network interfaces. So creating the cluster, guys, just click cluster. Next, you find out the servers. You choose both of them. Well, they're already joined. That's the way. Then the next would be to create the name of the cluster, and that's all. Here it is. Okay, and it has an DHCP address here. We do finish, and it will appear here. There it is. I'll create the cluster, and we will connect to the cluster, and we'll do it on that side too. So the IP address is shown below, 10.02.13. So we're installing the simple file server role on server 2 as the document advises. We'll load the simple file role also here. Okay. So we need to add here the row actually. So as the document advice on the server one, we'll add the file server role. For general use. That would be fs cluster, file server cluster, and we'll add, as they advise, only one of the disks. As they say, we're gonna use the second one. Say next, say next. Do finish. Okay. So we'll add the SMB share to this one and call it test share. Here it is, it's in the shares as you see, local path, how to get there. Next. Allow caching, enable access base enumeration, encrypt, okay. Permissions, well, administrators always will be there. Do create, close, and if we come here now to this guy and we look for the shares, FS cluster we could see. Cluster. And here's the test share. Of course, we could create a folder here. We could create a file on the test share. Now we could stop one of the guys here. At the moment, if I go properties, my server one, this guy is the preferred owner. Well, I could choose this one to be the preferred owner. Say up, say apply, say okay. When I come here, the same thing. It's here. If I stop this one, stop the row, well, since this is the preferred owner, we're not gonna be able to change the owner. As they suggest, we're gonna stop the services on the server too. Is this one. Let's stop it for a second. And let's try to access our document again. Yeah, well, as you see, I could still access the document. I could save there. Okay. Here's a folder. I could move it into the folder here. That's on the cluster. Okay. And eventually after this, I could start the service again. The cluster. Well, as you see, still everything's here. So that shows that the high availability is dry, as they say. Once again, let's move the row. So right click on this, properties, and now it's on server 1. Well, let's move on server 2. Let's apply it. Let's see. Still have the access. Let's go back. Let's move the role on the other server. So I could click even here, properties. I'll see the same thing. I'll check this one. I'll pull it up. I'll say apply. I'll go back here. A little bit of interruption. I see everything is working smoothly with my cluster. Okay.